Hello fellow Avatar and Korra fans, I'm Avatar 4 here with my episode 1 review of from Legend of Korra Book 3 Change. And it premiered last Friday, June 27th at 7 Eastern on Nickelodeon, and let me just say, I thought it was awesome. Like, really great. Like I always say, Korra is awesome, but these were like amazing, I guess. Um, I have a few intro points before I get into my actual episode review, but they're still pretty important and that ties into everything. Finally, since Book 3 Change is finally premiered and all the Korra fans are speculating what's going to happen next and getting all excited over the Korra Sami and all that stuff, Nickelodeon has been like interacting with the fandom like they always do during the actual, it's actually airing. And I really like seeing that, all the interaction. They actually replied to my fan site and said thanks. I was like, oh, cool, thank you. Um, yeah, pretty much. Let me just start out by saying other things because it leads into more about their tweets. One of the bad things about this is that they haven't put it up on iTunes, and they haven't actually uploaded it to their Nick website, and it's been this Friday, of course. It'll be a week, and they still haven't put it up like they normally do. They normally upload it like 1 or 2 days afterwards at the latest, which is kind of upsetting because I always like to rewatch it in high quality. And people pointed this out, there actually isn't a legal way to watch it right now because they don't show reruns pretty much, and they don't if they don't upload it and people can't buy it, what's the point? I mean, I've been really easy on Nickelodeon. I have been hating on them the past 2 seasons, and they're doing pretty good. I'll explain more about why I'm not in the next minute or so. It's just confusing why they're leaving it where pretty much it's illegal to watch it because everyone's uploading it on their own websites somehow. I don't know how they do that. And anyway, it's kind of sad though, and it's not the best quality. But still, that's one thing that's got the fandom kind of upset on the side of being happy. And they have confirmed that there will be 2 episodes every Friday at starting July 11th, which is next Friday. They're taking a week break since it's July 4th this week. But they are re-airing the first 3, so pretty much the premiere. Well, it is the premiere. July 4th, at 8/7 Central, the new time slot. That's supposed to stay the time slot. So yeah, this Friday, July 4th, watch it again if you want to. And also we had the ratings. The ratings was what? It wasn't good, but that was what I was expecting, obviously, because they announced it a week before it actually aired. So yeah, it wasn't too pleasant. It actually premiered to the first 2 episodes 1.5 million, then the 3rd episode it went down 1.28, or I guess you say 1.3 million, which is kind of bad. But in the end, once again, they didn't promote it through the off season, so I think we lost some of the fans again. And then most people didn't even know, like, they're getting onto them now. Like, I think we actually would have gotten to around the same time, like a viewership as Book 2 did, around 2.3 to 5, around there, if they would have given it like within a month to actually promote it, and then announce at least 2 weeks ahead of schedule and promote it like crazy those 2 weeks, not only on their website, which is what they did. They aired the commercial, but that wasn't necessarily enough for people that don't have Twitter and don't go on Nickelodeon. It's pretty much all the adults that don't like any of their other shows. I was just watching it just because of the Korra commercials. It was torture, but I got to see it several times because I don't like any other Nickelodeon show pretty much, other than like the old ones. So yeah, not very good, but once again, what I expected, and I think it'll get better as the leaks, uh, they get through the leaked episodes and everything, and they keep it at a time slot, hopefully. But still, not terrible for a Friday night. I mean, it still made the top 100, which is still good for a kid show, and plus Friday night. Um, but still, we want to get it up there, at least in the 2 millions. Um, and yeah, pretty much that's what has the core fandom mad at Nickelodeon for, and they keep on tweeting them. I'm not getting into it. Like, once again, I'm being easy on them, mostly because I actually think from their tweets, I can't remember their exact wording. I didn't actually take a screenshot of them, but it was pretty much saying several different things. People were like, "Why didn't you promote it?" Blah 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 blah. And then they were just like, "We're re-airing it this Friday. Go spread the word." And then everyone's like, "Oh, so wait, you're making the fans promote it, but not you?" There was just a lot of people mad about that. I don't care. I don't know. I get why they're getting mad, yet I don't at the same time. I mean, I think everyone's overreacting, to be honest. But still, um, I've been spreading the word. I searched the keyword Miss Korra and tweeted like probably 7 or 8 people saying like it's re-airing this Friday, and most of them have already replied saying thank you. So I'm trying to do it like they say. I'm not getting mad at them, and because I know that won't do anything. I mean, they're a business, and I'm just running a fan site, so obviously it won't matter. But they're just getting mad anyway. And also the 2 episodes every Friday. I kind of like that. A lot of people don't. They're like, oh, they're rushing it just to get a longer wait for book 4. I'm like, not really. They're just trying to. Everyone's like, they're just trying to get it done with. They hate Korra. I'm like, not really, because they're making money off of it, a lot of money. Because oh yeah, the book 2 Blu-ray that just came out, which I got by the way. I'll post a review that later on. It's now number 3 in Blu-rays on Amazon, so obviously they're making a buttload of money on those things, and also just in general all the stuff. So I mean, obviously we know it won't be canceled because they've already confirmed they're no matter what they're gonna air books 3 and book 4 on their channel. Blah blah blah. So that's one thing out of the way. They're trying to get more of Avatar afterwards. They're like, well, you're saying it doesn't matter, but technically, that would lead us to getting more Avatar in the future. I'm not necessarily. They already said they wanted to take a break, and if Nickelodeon wants it, they know it has fans, they'll do it. But if it doesn't, I mean, honestly, we've had 2 series. I mean, come on. The likelihood that there will actually be another one is very slim, and if anything, there'll be a movie. But still, people shouldn't look at it that way. Uh, so yeah, in my opinion, it doesn't really matter ratings because we already know we're gonna get it made. And they're still making money, so they don't care really. And also, they keep on replying saying we're working on getting iTunes on our website. So calm down. And I agree with them, but of course people keep on cussing them out and all that stuff. I'm like, this is getting out of hand. This is kind of stupid. And so yeah, I did a nice thing the one that they replied to saying thanks to me. I was like, definitely gonna watch Friday night. Thanks for doing this. I've been trying to spread the word. And then they replied, thank you. And I was just trying to do that because I'm not mad at them. Now I'm just moved on. I mean, seriously, I don't even know how I was in the past. Of course, I don't like how they're treating Korra. I think it could be a big hit if they were doing it better, and they're not. But I'm not. Obviously, they're not. They're a huge network. They're not going to listen to me. So in the end, it doesn't matter. Like I said, whatever you do, and so yeah, I think it's good. They're not rushing through it, in my opinion, because obviously they don't want to do that. But still, people thinking they are. And plus, you actually with commercials only get like 20 minutes of actual footage, so which is never really much, especially with something like Core that's continuous throughout the season. And so the cliffhanger after like 20 minutes, you're just like, oh, seriously, another week? But when you get an hour, it's just, I think Korra works better as one of those shows that would get an hour per episode. But even if it's 2 episodes, it'll end like in over a month, a little over a month. I'm still happy about that because I mean, that's less we have to wait. I don't know why people is really complaining, but still, yeah, that's my opinion. And yeah, anyway, overall, they're doing pretty good in my opinion. Let me see. I think I have time. If I don't, I'll make a part 2 of this and just see where I go. So, overall reaction of episode 1, Korra book 3. And I'll just include some of the things from episode 2 and episode 3, which I'll post a review for in the next few days. Overall reaction. Once again, I loved it. And mostly because of the villains. Once again, I won't go into too much detail because in this episode we only got one, who is the leader and the main villain. But we won't. But I won't go into the other ones. Anyway, it's just cool because I call them anti-team Avatar because they have one for each element and they're all special. It's really cool. It's just awesome. And fan ratings and reactions. Man, everyone. I haven't seen one negative review about it, and even like on IMDb, all 3 episodes they've gotten 9.4 for episode 1, 9.5 for episode 2, and 9.4 for episode 3, and I completely agree with that. They're the highest rated of both Avatar and Korra. And it being higher than some Avatar, I kind of disagree, but overall, especially with Korra, I would say these are the 3 best, or at least three in the top 5, just because beginnings and one other one I can't was really good in my opinion. It's at least up there, and this is setting up to be, in my opinion, the best book of Korra. And everyone, I haven't seen one negative review that has said that. They're like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing," and yeah, so that everything's going good that way, and and it takes place 2 weeks after book 2. I think they said 2 weeks, at least a few weeks. And spirit vines that Unavatu made cover the city and destroy things in the final battle between him and huge cosmic Korra at the end of book 2. Those are pretty much setting up book 3, pretty much, because that's all this episode takes place, really, getting rid of those. And how the effect that they've had on the people, and how the spirits have kind of are now living in them. And of course they're living with humans, so they disagree, humans with spirits, spirits with humans, and all that stuff. And one of those scenes was Korra driving with the Sami, and I love that scene just because there was a spirit hedgehog. He walked out of his vine. He's like, "Watch where you're going, Avatar, with your car," and it was just kind of funny. Overall, just I like that little hedgehog spirit thing. Then she was like, "I have nothing against spirits, but I'm just trying to keep balance, kind of." And he was like, "Don't get mad at me. You made this world this way, Avatar, and we're just living in it," which I kind of support. Yet I like Korra finally, and I kind of see on both sides. But I mean, they don't know better, really. They're just doing it. She let them come out. She gave them permission, pretty much, and they're just living it, like he said. And the little hedgehog thing. And anyway, that was a cool scene. And yep, I'm gonna have to make another video. I'll set it up. But first, talking about there are new airbenders. That's pretty much the whole plot of book 3, pretty much overall that we know. And yeah, that includes Boomy. Yes, Aang would be proud, and other people. And now they're going to go travel around the world. And yeah, stay tuned for part 2.